The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Deb. It is 48 degrees this morning, but don't worry. It's going to warm up to 71. And by midweek, Debbie,
it's going to be 84.
86.
Oh, 86.
Yes, the thermometer 84. Bumps up.
Yeah, it's not actually. It's very pleasant outside right now.
And it will be very nice for it. So before we went on the air, we were talking about proper etiquette and the right fork to use. And I admit I am not one of those that knows all of that. I know that there's a salad fork, and I reach for whichever one is handiest when I eat. I probably wouldn't fit in at fancy restaurants. Okay, I've been to fancy restaurants and I didn't fit in. But
the fanciest restaurant, we used to go to the CMAs and stuff in Nashville, and we would go to these really nice restaurants. And I can remember Scotty Ray every time asking for ketchup. I don't care. It could have been. It doesn't matter what the type food was. He asked for ketchup. I
asked for one in some fancy place, and they didn't have any. They went and made tomatoes and ground them up and brought it to me. And I thought, this is just so wrong on so many levels.
It's just fresh ketchup.
So always be prepared. If your wife has a big purse, put some Hunts in there. You never know where you'll end up. Yeah. But as we were sitting there talking about that, I remember, you know how something just does a flashback in your mind? Debbie and I, many, many moons ago, we had an attorney that was a good friend of ours, and we were all sitting at a table, and I had never been to a hibachi grill in my life. And folks,
so embarrassing.
They lit that grill and it blew up.
He blew
and I hit the floor
like he had been shot.
I hit the floor.
I'm not, and he is not exaggerating. He had never been to where they do it at the table, and when they. Because it does. It flames up really big at first, and this was a really nice hibachi place.
Yeah,
and he
y'all know what? I hadn't been back since, ever. I have never been to another one since that day. That really...
And you asked for ketchup after that. And they scurried to find him some ketchup because they thought they traumatized him too much already to not give him ketchup.
And let me give somebody a plug, because if you don't have this in your refrigerator, and I need to run to the refrigerator and show you. If you don't have this when it comes to a steak called... Country Bob's steak sauce, you are missing out on life. It makes A1. It makes you want to throw it in the yard. Country Bob's.
Makes you want to throw it in the yard?
Take A1 and throw it out the window.
Oh, okay.
It's that good.
So where do you get Country Bob's?
Any store's got it now. I was in Illinois when I first thought that. And I thought, these folks up here don't know anything. And that poor little waitress, she told me that's all she had, and I fell in love. It was from there on. But try it sometime.
I can't get past the fact that I'm very impressed that you dropped the S off of Illinois.
Well,
you used to always say Illinois. And
it's been on the news lately a lot.
Or maybe you went there and you realized that's not how they say it.
So much went on over Meridian over the weekend. We've got robberies, we got car chases, we got gunfire. We got all of that lined up for you to tell you where and what had happened. But let's start out on a good note of some fun that we had in Meridian this weekend. Y'all take a look at this. This is downtown Meridian as we go to the parade. It was so much fun. And I just want to say this as we get and say the word for me, because I'm going to mispronounce it. The mural, how you say it?
Mural.
Right. What a great place to put one on a wall in Meridian. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, that'd be a great
place to tear down the rest of the building. I think.
As we look at that, that's a building
so fun. Well, that doesn't even look like a parade, Scotty. What kind of picture was that?
Well, wait a minute. It is everybody hanging out of they're chunking.
You should have got the back.
They're chunking beads is what they're doing. But the crowds were astronomical.
There's the 601 Stompers. They were fun. They're always fun.
I have not quite figured out that group, who they are and what they do.
Dancing and stomping and
because it was a woman. I don't know if you can tell this, but at the rear here, back here, there was a woman dressed as a man with a fake beard. And I thought, well, that's odd.
Okay, I didn't see that.
She had on a fake beard. I don't know who she was. But look at this. This just went on and on. Everybody had a blast with this parade.
I had a blast. I took my little grandson, Finn, and I want to say thank you to Patty and her crew, because they helped me out with him. I got there a little early, had to park at the top of the parking garage. Elevator, I don't think was working. Had to get some young men to help me carry the stroller down the stairs. Then we get there, and I thought the pet parade was starting at 2:15. It didn't start until closer to 3. And by the time that started, Finn was done being in the stroller. He wanted out and running. Yeah, so I had to get him out, and Patty and her little granddaughters, they all sat down on the curb and ate snow cones, and he was happy as a lark and enjoyed it. And the police officers in front of us helped Finn get some beads and moon pies that Grandma ate. I ate all of his.
Oh, the moon pies, whoever chunking them. They were
I don't
good.
know, but they were super fresh. I don't know that I've ever had one that fresh. They were good.
The crowds were so big, I got within 2 feet of Debbie and never saw her.
I know, because the people I was standing by, I turned around and said, Scotty Ray was supposed to meet me here. I said, I don't. Anyway, and they said, oh, we just talked to him. You talked to the people I was with.
And I couldn't see you.
Didn't even know I was there.
You were camouflaged. But I'm telling you, it was fun. Next year, mark your calendars. The Christmas parade and the Mardis Gras Parade are 2 must-see things in Meridian. It truly was a big one.
Scotty Ray, next year you need to be in the parade also.
We will.
Yeah, and a friend of mine reminded me, a girl that I was standing there with, Cindy, said, do you remember the year that you and Scotty Ray threw Tony Sachery's bags? And they were like, no joke.
40 pounds.
40-pound bags. We are heaving at people. And I just recently had to go through my cabinet and get all that Tony Sachery's out. It was like, I mean, that stuff was from, I don't even know what year. It expired in 2007. I was like, I got to get rid of this. That was so much.
It's a time to clean out the cabinets.
Yeah.
As we look around, a few things as we start things off. Gunshots. We did have a few this weekend. I'm not going to bring them all up, but as usual, we had this was a lot going on there yesterday afternoon. Highland Park area, lots of gunfires. We click on this and make this a little bit bigger for you. Right along in this area here on this side of Highland Park, gunfire. Now, we did have another incident last night, and we'll pull this up, and I'm going to show it this way on the big map. This was in the 3500 block of 36 places. We go here. Gunfire. Now, here's Magnolia Cemetery. It's a church right over in here that gunfire was erupting. And that's right there down due south of Church of the Mediator. Now, no one was hurt in either one of these incidents, but it was lots of gunfire.
Yeah.
We also had Arthur Street twice yesterday. Highway 19, let me describe to you. You get off the exit 150, you're going toward College Park, and you're sitting there at the red light. You can take a left there by Mid-South Welding. To your left, back in there, twice a gray Suburban drove through and decided, well, we'll just shoot at folks here. And that's what they done. No one was hit, no one was harmed, but the same vehicle, they were very brave, went back 20 minutes later.
Wow.
I think they were trying to send a message to someone.
And what was the vehicle?
A gray Suburban.
Tahoe.
Yeah. Same thing if you had to buy parts.
Somebody said they just should stop every gray Tahoe.
Well, that's not a bad idea. Say, let us see what you got up in here. Let me take a look. So that was one of the things when it comes to gunshots that went on over the weekend. Very heavy in those areas there.
Yeah. Hey, let's say good morning to a few folks. Let's say Joyce Gressett, good morning to you. Carl Turk, good morning. What did he say? I'm against police. Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's see. Amanda Brown said Pookie is watching. Hey, Pookie. Looks like a street in Iraq. Old Meridian. Good morning, Scotty Ray and Debbie. Thank you, too, for all you do. Okay.
Marcia said that Finn was just too cute. She enjoyed seeing him.
Somebody said, Melanie says she loves Country Bob's. Never heard of it.
Folks, y'all need to really invest in this. It's the next greatest thing I'm predicting here.
Oh, somebody said Country Bob's has its place, but it's not going to take the place of Heinz 57.
Oh, come on now.
Sorry there, Scotty Ray.
It's we need to do one of those Pepsi challenges. Y'all remember that when you get blindfolded and try to tell the difference?
Oh, yeah. We can do that one morning. I'll bring the stuff.
Country Bob. We'll do that.
I'll do like 6 different things, and you tell me what each of them are.
Oh, boy. I'm scared. I'd have to know beforehand what you're putting in them. We've got more coming up in just a moment. Dan Darrington's in the office this morning. He's going to be telling us about what is going on tomorrow in Meridian.
I've got to say, Dan, the pancake man.
He's in the house. We'll join him next. Y'all be careful. We'll be right back.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Spring is right around the corner, and Wilson Saw on Highway 19 North invites you by to get your equipment ready. For the do-it-yourselfer, they have all the filters and oil you'll need. Does your X-Mark need a tune-up or maybe a new set of blades? Let the professional sharpen your steel chainsaw or replace the plug. And they can get your steel weed eater running like tip-top for the spring. Whatever your need is, Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power will have you ready for spring. 71 Highway 19 North, 601-693-4100.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Debbie. It is Monday morning, February the 20th. The month is about over, and I need to say happy birthday to my mom today. She's having a big one.
Sweet Lucille.
She is, so I hope it's a good one. We're going to get her a cake and sing.
Took a fine time
to leave me.
Lucille.
Look, Kenny Rogers bright and early. His breakthrough hit.
I knew I started that wrong. You picked a fine time to leave
4 hungry children, a crop in the field. I mean, it doesn't get much worse when your wife leaves you and you got the crop in the field with 4 kids to feed.
4 kids. When you had those 4 kids just to get the crop, right?
It was.
I mean, that's why.
But it really was the breakthrough song that brought Kenny Rogers from the New Edition to country.
I was going to say, when he was with the New Edition, what was it? Ruby.
Don't take your love.
Oh, Ruby. Don't take your love.
And what was the song that he had of, I just came by to check the condition of my condition?
I just came by to check the condition of the condition you're in.
You know what I'm talking about? And Kenny Rogers was wearing an earring, and you're going, who is this guy? It's not the coward of the county guy.
I love him.
But
I loved Kenny Rogers, and wasn't it the first edition or the 8th edition?
First edition. First edition.
I don't know.
But Ruby, don't take your love to town. What a song it was.
I got to say, Finn is the cutest ever. Thank you, Marsha. He's a cute.
Well, I mentioned that a moment ago. You didn't hear me that?
Oh, did you say it was the cutest
Marsha
ever?
was talking about how cute he was.
I know he is.
All right, we got a special guest, as we said. Dan, the Pancake Man, is in town with us today. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Dan Darrington, of course, is here to talk about the Pancake Jubilee that's going to take over the Temple Theater bright and early tomorrow morning.
We're going to start about 4 in the morning. Now, it's open to the public at 6:30, so don't come at 4 in the morning.
Don't come at 4 expecting pancakes.
We got to get the batter made. But, we're going to be cooking pancakes. The Downtown Octopus Club, this is our annual fundraiser. It's our 76th year to do this. We hadn't missed a year yet. Even with COVID, we managed to pull it off. But,
that's great.
But we're going to start serving all-you-can-eat pancakes, sausage, and drinks. Start at 6:30 in the morning. We're going to finish serving at 7 tomorrow night. So we're going to be busy.
So you don't let up between 6:30 and in the morning to 7 at night. You don't let up at all.
We stick our head above water for a little while, about mid-morning and mid-afternoon, just to get a breather. But about 6:30, we start having a crowd of folks come in. Of course, you can eat there. You can get to-go containers, but between about 6:30 and about 8:30, we're going left and right. Lunch is a big crowd. Supper starts about 4:30, and it's like mid-morning and mid-afternoon. We're able to stick our head up for air, but we're staying busy all day.
So if you choose a late breakfast, though, they can still get it.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
we
like a
guys,
brunch.
We got guys cooking pancakes. I say cooking. I guess you could call it cooking legally. I guess it fits the. Nobody's ever complained about pancakes at 10 o'clock.
So let me ask this: is it the syrup or is it the butter that actually makes a pancake? Which is it? Which ingredient is it that takes it over the top?
Well, I'm not sure. Paul Carver has been making our pancake batter for 30 years, and he says it's a secret family recipe. So evidently he's doing a good job because nobody ever complains. So
he makes it from scratch?
Well, it's made from scratch somewhere, but he's back there with a big container with one of these high-powered drill bits mixed up to make sure it's the right consistency. So he's kind of got it. His job is safe for a few years.
Now, you brought it up. The 76 years y'all been doing this. I'm going to catch you off guard on this. All right, let's think about this.
Okay.
The Downtown Optimist Club, who has attended the most as a volunteer and been at nearly all, or who has been there the most, you think?
I would say Butch Wright is probably our oldest. Tommy Duncan, I think they're about the same age, but they're our senior members, and they're generally pretty regular.
So would you say 40 years or more?
I'd say probably 40. The club was founded in 1941. I think the charter members from 41 have gone on to their reward a few years ago. But I'd say probably our most senior members have probably been doing it about 40 years. That's probably a good guess. And
all of this goes to local
youth organizations. Yeah. We're very fortunate. The Optimist Club motto is Friend of Youth. We support about 20 different agencies that all are designed to help the youth of our community. Boy Scouts, Boys and Girls Club, Carter Foundation. There's a number of different agencies we're able to help. Cans for Kids. One thing I really feel like is important, each year we give about $4,000 to $5,000 toward Christmas gifts for youth in our community that are deserving kids that might not have a Christmas otherwise, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into this, but it's very rewarding because all the profits that we earn, it doesn't go to pay our bills, it doesn't go to pay our overhead. Basically, all the profits earned go back to deserving youth agencies, youth organizations, just trying to make a positive difference in our community.
That's great. And this is your biggest fundraiser.
Yes, that's correct.
Fundraiser. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Fundraiser.
We run the T-ball program at Crestwood, and that helps out. But this is our single largest fundraiser during the year. So we tickets are $6 a piece if you get them before the event, $7 at the door. That's a pretty inexpensive way to eat, and it's all you can eat. And I tell you, when you put some pancakes with sausage and syrup on there, you can get full pretty quick. But if you're not full, you're welcome to go back for seconds.
That's right. And look, this is a great time to treat your office.
Yeah.
Maybe a nursing home.
Sure.
Whoever you want to treat, try to treat them, and go ahead and get their tickets today if they can.
Where do you get them today if you wanted to get them early and save that $1?
Well, I would say call me at Great Southern Bank, but since it's a federal holiday, nobody's there to answer the phone.
That's right.
You can. We'll be at the Temple Theater today setting up. So if you want to come down there, we'll have tickets. Of course, you can go on our website dtoc.org and buy. But we'll be at the Temple Theater.
Pretty simple.
Oh yeah, it's real simple. We'll even take a personal check. We're not so high tech yet.
I love it that a bank guy says we'll even take a personal check.
Well, we're not up to Venmo standards yet, so
right.
PayPal, Venmo. We concentrate our efforts on cooking pancakes, not high tech.
Doing the Cash App.
That's right. That's right. But we do want everybody to come out. This is something we've been doing a long time, and there are a lot of. That was a good point you made. There are a lot of companies that buy breakfast or lunch for their office staff. It's a very inexpensive way to feed your folks and reward them, and it's $6 is not a bad price.
Well, you look at how much you're doing in one transaction. You're rewarding your employees.
Sure.
You're helping out your community, and you're getting some good food. So all in one transaction.
I've been in the club 15 years, and nobody's reported being sick. So evidently, we're serving good food.
And if you do get sick, don't call.
That's right.
Don't call.
The hospitals are close by.
Yeah.
But it's at the Temple Theater, and we've been there. Back during the COVID year, we had to temporarily move it to the Shriners building because it was just carry out only, and their facility, they were real kind to help us out.
Right.
But we've been at people. The Temple is that's just where you go get pancakes.
That's right.
They do other things there, but people are just used to going there, and it's I think it's Fat Tuesday tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
It's a good way to blow it out with pancakes and sausage.
Because that's the day, Fat Tuesday. You get to eat whatever you want. I do that any day. Right. Every day's Fat Tuesday for me, but. So start it with some pancakes. That's the way to do it.
All right, again, the times that y'all will be there tomorrow selling?
We start serving at 6:30 in the morning, and we'll be serving all day until 7 o'clock at night. So if you come for breakfast, you're probably going to be hungry again at lunch. Come back and get another ticket. So
there you go.
You come back for supper too. We don't have a limit. Just show back up.
Dan, we thank you so much for coming in. Again, the 76th annual Downtown Optimist Club Pancake Jubilee taking place tomorrow. We can't thank you enough for coming by and talking with us about this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll hear from y'all and talk to y'all tomorrow.
$6 in advance, $7 at the door, but it all goes for a great cause either way.
Right.
So,
Thank you for
thank you,
having us on
Dan.
here.
Thanks a bunch.
Right.
Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Debbie as we begin this morning. We do want to bring this out. We have a missing young lady in Meridian as we pull this up to show you this. Miss Bertha Gowdy is missing, Debbie.
Oh, yeah. She went missing Saturday?
On the 12th.
On the 12th.
February 12th is when she went missing in the 1900 block of 20th Avenue. She's 5'3", weighs 130 pounds. If you've seen her, contact MPD or Crime Stoppers, any of the above, the Meridian Police Department. They would love to hear from you. Get this young lady back to the house.
Well, I guess the first I heard of it was Saturday, maybe, when they first put it out.
Sometimes they wait a little bit before they send the notice out. They're notified, but it doesn't make the media.
Can I just say my morning started really rough?
What happened?
Can I tell you that? Well, of course, I woke up with this voice again. I don't know what the deal is with that, with this rough man voice. And then I stopped to get gas, which I have 25 miles to empty on my car. And when I put my card in, it ate my card, and I had to go in. They had to come out, get my card out. It was stuck.
It was like hung?
It was hung. Like stuck. One time I was in Tennessee, and mine was stuck for like 30 minutes before they could even get it out. And then I walk in here, I have my coffee. I'm holding it up like this.
Yeah.
And I spill it all down my shirt.
Ooh.
And then Scotty Ray says, I have another shirt in there. Like, I'm going to wear one of your shirts.
Well, I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
It does make me know that I need to bring an extra shirt from
It does. Yeah. We're going to get some that got names and stuff on it. We're going to work on that.
Do you think you could get me in on some of those pictures that in the beginning?
Yes. Yeah, sure will.
My daughter sent me a picture of you solely on...
Well, if you remember, Debbie, you refused to take pictures with me yet.
That's true.
So you can't be included until you take some pictures. Work on that for me.
I told you I need to lose about 30 or 40 pounds, and then I'll take some pictures. It might be a while.
It might just be
me over
a
long time.
Good morning to Miss Amanda Brown, and she says that's one of her best friends that is missing, and we do hope she is found.
Yeah.
Let's get into a few things that happened over the weekend as we go to our first car chase that happened. Let's pull this up from the Meridian Police Department. This would happen right around the Coca-Cola plant. And let's pull this up. This started at the Coca-Cola plant, would wind down this road back in here, Old Marion Road, and right before they got to 33rd Street where you've got Walmart. One person decides it's time for me to get out of the car. I'm not riding with these guys. They were promptly arrested and escorted to MPD. The rest of the bunch stayed in the car, crossed 33rd, would fly past Harry Mayer's, and then soon they would wreck the car, Debbie, and they would flee before police got there. And they're still looking for them.
Oh, so they're still looking for them.
Yeah. But what I have learned this weekend, the car to outrun the police apparently is a Toyota Camry. That is the car of choice to run from police. This was a Toyota Camry. And then now let's go on out to let's go to Highway 19, South Frontage Road, Meridian. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. They're tootling along, and they see a Toyota Camry that needs pulling over. He decides, I'm not going to stop either. And he takes a right-hand turn on Highway 19, last seen crossing into Alabama, 105, 108. He was moving.
In a Camry?
A Camry. I had no idea those cars would run that fast. That's why I said that. It's the speed champion. We need to get this out at Why Not Motorsports Park.
So that speedometer, go back to that picture. So that speedometer you used on there.
It's not from the actual car, but it's pretty close.
So what
105 miles an hour.
I was going to say, will it go to 120? I think mine goes on 160 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it goes that fast.
Most they've got, I know that not from personal experience, but somebody told me they had a Chevrolet truck one time that once it reached 98, it cut off. I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what cars will do now. Apparently, the Toyota Camry does not do that.
Remember that Lincoln I had that you could be going 120 and you
think you're going 30?
30 miles an hour because it drove like a butter. It was just like you could hit a speed bump and it would be like, whoop.
Now, in both these instances of these car chases, no one was ever in danger. When they reached the state line, the Sheriff's Department backed off. It went into a new jurisdiction, and we're still looking for the Alabama police.
Somebody said it's called a speed limiter. Is that true?
On a car?
That cuts it off after it.
I
always thought that was called a governor. The governor.
The governor jumped in the car.
I wanted to put governors on my kids' cars.
Yeah. They used to take that big Lincoln, too. I'm not telling stories or anything. We also had a robbery over the weekend. You go, well, I didn't hear about this. Well, it happened this weekend. The Dollar General on the outskirts of town. Let's pull this up right here next to Sandflat. You've been by there many, many times. Let's look at that. It sits right up there on the right. The training facility is back behind it down Sandflatts Road. Black male entered the store, flashed a gun, pulled it out, took an undetermined amount of cash, walked out the door, and blended into the night on foot and ran.
So, but it wasn't a lot of cash, we know.
No, it wasn't a lot of cash.
Because there's not a lot of cash to be found. Everybody, they really need to realize that they have drop safes. Once they get a certain amount of money, they have to drop it in that safe. Nobody can get in the safe. It doesn't matter how much you try to ask the employee or threaten the employee, they can't get it.
And the next thing is, cash is not used like it once was. Few places have large amounts of cash. The majority of everything is done by cards these days.
Mm-hmm. Even people that have, I think, Cash App and stuff like that, which I don't have it, but I think they can use it at the stores. You know, like they can scan it.
To pay for...
I tried to do that with my PayPal one time, and I got so confused, I moved on to...
After you get past a debit or a credit, I'm lost on all of that. But that was one of the big things that happened this weekend. And again, no one was hurt. But you also think about this, being a clerk at a place like this, of how frightening that has to be. I mean, truly, it does. Somebody comes with a gun, it's got to shake you up for a few days.
Yeah.
So think about the employees.
Or the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Yeah. It can do that.
Terrifying.
As we look around, we did have some accidents. We had as we pull this up, as we go out to I-20 at mile marker 167, we had a Volkswagen have a wreck. Had a few injuries involved with that one also. Metro come out and they got them some care. It was just tons and tons of them. Here's one that happened on 23rd on Friday afternoon as we look at this. And this is one of those scary things. Whenever you say car and you say motorcycle, whoa, boy, it gets scary real quickly there. As we pull this up, as you can see down at the end of the street, there's the motorcycle. They've stood it up. And I want to say this guy at least got his leg hurt really, really bad by the car. So
scary.
We think of them also of what went on there. Isn't that right there at that intersection at Point Rexall, and you'd hang a right?
Yeah. I was going to say that house looks very familiar to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in that little spot right there.
Let me ask this: can we still call it Point Rexall since there's nothing that even says that anymore?
Point. I don't call it Point Rexall. I've never called it that, but I called it the Point.
The Point.
Yeah, because it was the mayor that owned it, right?
Right.
Yeah. What was his name? I can't think of it.
John Robert.
John Robert. Hey, somebody says Cash App works just like a debit card. Some people said you get a debit card with Cash App. I didn't know that.
Beverly said her daughter was robbed one time at a hospital.
Oh.
When she was 16 years old.
At a hospital when she was 16. That's scary. When Mike and I were first dating, we were robbed, or actually he was robbed. I had to hide under a table at gunpoint.
Actually, it was a Tommy gun. It was so many years ago.
No, it was a gun. A guy broke it. I mean, it was at a restaurant, and he got Mike in the office and took all the money. Back then, it was a lot of money because everybody used money.
Right.
And that wasn't even funny.
You know what a Tommy gun is, don't you?
No, but I'm going to tell you something. I hid under a table, and I was terrified.
Tommy gun was...
You never get over that.
What they used in the Prohibition areas. You know, the old gangsters that used to ride on the side of the cars?
Yeah.
And it had the clip that went in that was around. It was like a machine gun, but they called them Tommy guns.
I know what you're talking about, but no.
Okay.
It was a gun, and he got the money and told us to lay there for 30 minutes, and we did.
You went ahead and lay there for 4 or 5 to be on the safe side.
I don't know how long we laid there, but we laid there for a long time. But back then, you didn't have cell phones. You know, you had to lay there and wait and get up and go actually use a phone.
Scotty Ray and Debbie, coming up, we'll turn back the pages of time and go back in history. Still a lot of things that went on locally that we'll talk about. That's all on the way next.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And I want to say thank you to Jerome. I could not think of the word drum magazine. I went blank on that. That's the clip that went into the bottom of the Tommy gun. Also, a Thompson is the brand that it was made from, a Thompson.
So right here, some stores can't even keep a $20 bill in their registers anymore.
That's how bad it is.
Mm-hmm. I guess they just keep broken chain, like 5, 10, 4 ones.
As we start out and we start talking about things that happened in history, you're going to have to help me with the last name of this guy because I always mispronounce it. He was such an iconic actor.
I love him so much. Back. Sidney Poitier.
I always say portrait, and it's
There's not
always
even
wrong.
An R in there to say that.
But as you can see, this is a young Sidney and then an older Sidney as he gets the award from the president.
He was
there.
In probably one of the most controversial movies back in the day. Guess who's coming? Guess who's coming to dinner? Which is such a great movie that I think everybody should see. It's really.
I also want to say he was in The Heat of the Night, the original movie that they made the TV show from, and tons of others that you've seen him in. But a great actor there.
I think one of his children went to Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro. Yeah.
Now, this is what should have been, and this is why I use this picture. In 1929, this young lady was born, and we always wanted her to marry somebody. There's no doubt. We all felt that they should, as Amanda Blake celebrates a birthday today, and she should have married Matt. We all know that.
Who is that guy?
That's Matt Dillon.
Is it?
Yeah, Gunsmoke.
You know he looks like in that picture?
Who?
Mel Gibson.
I don't see it, but maybe, yeah, I do see a little bit there.
If Mel were old, Mel is older now.
He is one of our news stories today. He had to go in the hospital.
I just got to say this. Somebody said they drove a 58 Ford for John Robert, 3-speed in the column. Okay. Fun fact, I learned to drive with a 3 in the tree. It was a Ford. It was my grandfather's car, and it was a Chevy 3. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The little Chevy 3. And it had 3 in the tree, and that's how I learned to drive. So once you learn to drive 3 in the tree, you can drive anything.
You can. Mm-hmm. If you'll notice downstairs, my old truck, which I haven't changed the transmission, it's got the 3 on the tree. And anybody that owned a Chevrolet truck during the 60s knows that the gears hung up on the 3 on the tree. And if you pulled up to the red light, y'all imagine, you're going up 14th Street and you're coming up to that first hill, that red light there by Rush Hospital. You had to go up when you're coming up to downshift to first and hit reverse and make it grind and then slam it into first so the gears wouldn't hang up on the hill there. Because there's nothing worse than your gears hanging up on a hill and you're by yourself. Because then you can't get out.
Yeah.
You're just stuck there until traffic moves and you can coast backwards and get down and get out and shake your gears and go on about your business.
I drove many a car with no brakes because you could shift gears. I'm talking about back when I was, young.
Yeah. Who remembers Angel was a centerfold? Angel is a centerfold. Those soft, fuzzy sweaters. Man. He's celebrating a birthday today. Jay Giles. Yeah. So getting on up there. I don't know. His baby doesn't look too hot on that motorcycle. Well, she's gained a little bit of weight. That's the older. That was the picture from the album. Yeah. I don't know why they used her. We'll just move on and think about that. Sandy Duncan. The video was really good, too. Oh, that was Doris Day. Yeah. I love Sandy Duncan. 1946. Who remembers this young lady there? And you know that you're big when you make it to Scooby Doo, and she done just that. She was a big star back in the day. Right. In the 60s or whatever. Sandy Duncan. The day of the short skirts. Yeah. They're still there. Are they? Yeah. Okay. All right. 1959. He wasn't my choice, but I know many people loved this guy and thought he was a great guitar player. He was kind of hard for me to understand. But Jimi Hendrix celebrating a birthday, and he made his debut today in 1959 at the age of 16. And I just want to emphasize, okay, so last week we were talking about the Super Bowl and the dress code and everything, and look at the way I don't like that either. Look at the attire. It's not anything that just all of a sudden came up with this generation. The hippies. There was some pretty wild dressing going on back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. And then in the 70s, if somebody was wearing bell bottoms and an 18-wheeler passed by, you get slapped upside the head. Unless you were Elvis. Elvis got away with it. It was cool. Whatever. It was. Let's see. 1963, one of the greatest basketball players that ever existed. Anybody remember Charles Barkley? Oh, yeah. I haven't heard his name mentioned lately, but boy, what a ball player he was. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that he set pretty well. He played ball very well. 1966, and I looked at many pictures that people could identify with this. She even went back like 30, 40 years and made a replica of the picture, and I forgot to pull it up. I wish you would have, because she still looks the same. Yeah. She's probably smaller now. She still looks great. Cindy Crawford. Still looks great. I mean, actually probably looks better. Yeah. She was wasn't she married to Richard Gere for a minute? Or dated him or married him or 1967. I never listened to this guy, but I want to tell you, he has got one of the biggest followings that there is out there to this day. And a lot of people go with the conspiracy theory of he didn't kill himself. I don't know. I don't know much about it, but Kurt Cobain was born on this day from Nirvana. Yeah. Huge following with this guy. Somebody said, my daughter, when my daughter first said Jay Giles, I thought she was saying Jay Giles. The Jay Giles man. I guess the Jay Giles. It does sound like it. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Jay Giles. Yeah. Good morning, Francis. Glad that you're watching us. We do appreciate that. I brought this up. This is just how time changes and how young people were. 1970, I was 1 year old, and this is the folks that were shaping America in the headlines as we pull up this magazine cover called Circus. Let's see. Johnny Cash, 37 years old in 1970. Look at the names on here. Mick Jagger, Elvis, Johnny Winter, Jimi Hendrix, John Lennon, Grace Slick. Janis Joplin was 27 years old at the time. Yeah. Ringo Starr. So that takes you back and just wow. And most of these guys aren't with us anymore. No, I would say not, because wasn't that from the... These people are approaching 30. Well, they survived the 70s. Yeah. So that's a 1970 magazine. So they were 30 in 1970. And we have to be honest, there's a few of them that didn't. Hendrix. So they're way on up there. Crosby, probably the one on there that made it the longest, who just passed away not long ago, Dave Crosby. It wasn't that long ago that he passed away. Janis Joplin would lose her life due to an overdose in the 70s. She was young, though. Very young. Paul McCartney's still around. 1983, this guy was it. He won the 25th Daytona. It would be his third win, but you go, well, I don't know him from that, but you will know him from this. Who remember watching Cale Yarber when he made the guest appearance on the Dukes?
Yeah.
But he did on this date win his third win at Daytona. I just thought that was a much more fitting picture to use.
Which one was the blonde head? Luke?
That's Bo. Bo is the blonde-headed there. John Snyder.
Yeah, he lives in Louisiana, doesn't he?
Yes, and he does everything Dukes now. And, of course, John had one of the he was a huge country star and walked out on it. And I bet he wishes he could take that back at this point.
He was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At the sound of the tone, Country Girls.
What year was that?
During the 80s when the Dukes were just started there.
I only know Barney, all that stuff from the 80s.
A country boy. You don't remember?
I really didn't listen to country in the 80s.
After the show, we'll play some because they're just
I'm good.
Over the top. No, I'm telling you, it's good stuff. I mean, even in today's standard, it's better than 98% of what's on the radio now.
Oh, somebody said I learned to drive in my dad's Studebaker. My brother had a Studebaker car, not a truck. 3 in the tree. Mm-hmm. Little German vehicle.
1992, it would be somewhere around 10:30 tonight. We would flip on CNN, and this guy would go, "I'm going to run for president." Ross Perot.
What was his big saying?
Oh, if you hadn't said that, I could have. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He was from Texas, a businessman from Texas. He was probably what put the thought in my head that we need a business person that is president because it's the biggest budget in the world.
Absolutely.
And we need somebody that's business-minded because that's when you started learning about the misuse of funds and how a contractor could charge 5,000 times more the price of something with the government. And that's when I was pretty young back then too, and I was like, yeah, they do need a business person running the government. And
that's what we need sitting in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. It'd be 1992, you'll know this guy as soon as I show the picture. He passed away on this date. Anybody remember Dick York?
Yep.
The original Darren.
I always thought he was always the Darren. Maybe I stopped watching it when he stopped.
They had a second one move in there.
Yeah.
I just called him
They just
Big
slid
Ears.
him right in there and
nothing was ever said. Coy and Vance did not work out on the Dukes. People revoked.
Oh, I didn't know he recorded Elvis's It's Now or Never. What's his name?
Ross Perot? Like with his tape player?
We're going back to the Dukes of Hazzard boys.
John Snyder? It's Now or Never? I didn't know he did that either.
I didn't either.
But John, boy, he had a bunch of hits there. 1996, we all watched Home Improvement. But they would have a major superstar on the show that night. I went back and I watched the clip. And you had Tim trying to go, well, it's the car that's here. And you had Al going, no, it's the superstar. As Alan Jackson made a debut on there and sang Mercury Blues.
Oh, Alan Jackson. My mom, we used to always say, Elvis is your father. She used to always tell me that. And I would always tell Katie that Alan Jackson was her dad. Sorry, Mike.
1997, and you can't help but like Seinfeld. Tonight, the episode aired where Kramer adopted a highway. And what happened? Well, he repainted the lines and made it instead of a 4-lane, a 2-lane.
What a show.
That was hilarious, that episode. If you've never seen that, I urge you to Google it and find it.
To this day, it's still great watching any of their episodes.
That's a few things that happened on this day in history as we turn back the hands of time. Coming up, we're going to tell you some more local events that are happening that took place over the weekend. Y'all don't rush off. We'll be right back.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. One of the reasons I'm running is I absolutely love this community and care about our people. I have the experience and leadership skills necessary to provide a professional service to every resident. I have a record of serving this community since I was 15 years old. It's time for fresh ideas under a new generation of leadership. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
As we talk about our friend Chet, you'll find him out at the paint and body shop this morning on Highway 495. They're getting ready to get things going. As soon as coffee is given to everybody, from a dent to a scratch, they do it all there. Find out why so many people use Chet. Word of mouth will teach you one of the best reputations around. They color match. They do what they say they'll do. And, well, it's just plain hospitality. Talk to so many people that use them, from dents where people run stop signs, or maybe you did it yourself. Occasionally we do those things. See Chet, they'll put it back together the way it was. Again, you can find them there at 495-9888, 737-2961. They'll process all the insurance work, get it taken care of for you, and you'll be back on your way once again.
Hey, good morning to you. It's Monday. Don't forget it's President's Day.
It is.
Banks, a lot of, I guess all the government offices are closed, right?
They are. So don't be expecting to get something like a tag or anything down at the courthouse because you can't get it.
No. Or money out of the bank. Ain't going to get that either.
Nope. Big day for Meridian, as it looks like we may have a second person headed off to a big TV show.
Hey, Holly Brand.
Miss Mississippi.
I remember she was a little bitty girl doing our talent contest.
Yeah. She has auditioned for the 23rd season of The Voice. What I'm hearing is March 6th, we need to be watching to cheer Holly on as she heads there. Now, what will happen, we don't know. But we'll find out more about this. We're going to do some talking. But that's a big deal. Two people from Meridian making it to The Voice. Todd Tillman.
Todd Tillman, yeah. He made it how far?
He won it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I never watched The Voice.
It's a big show.
I never have watched really American Eagle.
So we congratulate
I almost said
Holly
American Eagle.
I mean, but think about this as you look at this. You think of how many people in America want to be on that show. Let's see what happens as she goes before the judges. How many people
actually audition, I wonder?
There's no telling.
Because they do it in like regional or...
Kind of like the other one used to do.
What's the other one?
That big one that started it all
American
out with
Idol?
Simon. Yeah.
That's still around, right? I don't know.
You know, he's on a different show now.
I'm sorry.
But The Voice is the one that is the show nowadays.
I have to watch that. That's with Blake.
Yes.
And Gwen.
And Blake has announced this is it. This is his last year.
What about Gwen?
I don't know about her.
You think she's going to stop?
I don't know. We'll have to ask.
Somebody said that they remember when John Schneider came to the Temple Theater from Dukes of Hazzard.
I do too.
Somebody said they're not a fan of The Voice.
But I did
watch Todd. See, that's me. I'll watch if I know Holly's on there. If I know that somebody local is on there, I definitely will watch.
Let's take a scenic view here. This is one of the prettiest pictures I've seen come out of Meridian in quite some time. Scott Stevens snapped this picture, and it just happened to be at sunset out at Key Field. Isn't that pretty?
He does an amazing job on all photos that he takes.
So I thought I wanted
He
to.
does.
I think everybody enjoys seeing those. I do. One of the biggest shootings that we've ever heard of, you and I were talking Friday afternoon, and I said, I just got word of something in North Mississippi. And as we pull this up, 6 people were murdered in a small Mississippi town. We thought it was 7 at first, and it started in a little convenience store. And it ended up, the guy did know the people, but he went from home, left people in the street.
Right.
And
this is close to a lake area. What is that? What?
How do you pronounce it?
Arkabutla.
And
yeah,
Tate
and there's
County,
a lake there. And down that road, I think it's called Arkabutla Lake Road. I might be saying that wrong.
You're close.
Or Dam Road. He murdered people along the way down that road. Now, whether he knew them, I don't know. But then went to a store, murdered them.
Yep.
And what happened to him? Did he get arrested?
Well, he got arrested, and they had 3 bodies, and then they got to looking and found 3 more.
3 more
after that. So a huge black cloud over Mississippi that happened on Friday there. They did catch him, though, without incident.
It just seems like in the past week or two, there's been a lot of mass shootings.
It has been. We pass along condolences on this next story, and if you've seen our page this weekend, we do have shared a GoFundMe of a little girl, a child that was hurt in an accident. As we pull this story of the accident that happened last week on Hall Road, the gentleman driving the car has succumbed to his injuries from that wreck. There were 3 children in the car, one of the children in the hospital in serious condition. So we do hope everything gets better, and it's on our page if you'd like to know more about that, the GoFundMe that was set up for them. As we look at that, 3 tornadoes were confirmed, as we were talking about last week in the weather. When it got to Lauderdale County and Kemper and our immediate area, it wasn't much to it, but there were 3 confirmed tornadoes in the state of Mississippi. Always take these storms serious when we talk about them.
Okay, somebody said he killed his ex-wife and father-in-law. Along with those,
in Natchez, Mississippi, over the weekend, the Exxon station was robbed at gunpoint. Wouldn't want to have been there working. And we're really going to get to a point with convenience stores and things of this nature to where anything that stays open after hours really needs bulletproof glass surrounding the clerk to where no one can get to them. And like in California, you have a little tray to get it. You go, I want a Coca-Cola, and they slide it out to you.
That's not in California. That's
it was when I was a kid.
Wherever you stopped. We have those here.
Well, I'd say I haven't seen any here in Mississippi.
I'm real. If I pull off of an exit and they have bars on the window and just a little tray thing, I turn my car around and get back on.
It's a bad neighborhood.
It's like, I'm good. I don't need whatever I thought I needed.
I really think we're getting to this point to where this, because, you're not going to get rich working at this, and then somebody to come in and take your life over $50 that may be in the cash register. Horrible. We need to protect them more. I don't know what the answer is, but we're living in a different world than we used to.
Yeah.
Scotty Ray and Debbie, already 10 minutes before 8 o'clock. We'll be right back with more local events and news and all that good stuff coming up. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Cuties or Halos, a 3-pound bag, $5.99. Red, yellow, or orange bell peppers, 2 for $3. Red or white grapes, $2.99 a pound. Refreshing Coca-Cola products, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, $5.99. Idaho potatoes, a 5-pound bag, $3.99. And certified Angus beef T-bone steak, family pack, $10.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift, or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again, Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs. Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
If it is time for another car or truck for your family, see our friends at Interstate Auto. They're located on North Frontage Road in Meridian, just down from IHOP. They offer bank rate financing. All applications are accepted with over 14 years in business, and they offer you a fair price. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and Saturday 9 until 2. Appointments available after hours as well. Remember, all roads lead to Interstate Auto, 802 North Frontage Road, Meridian, 601-483-6977.
Well, if you're looking for a home, my friends at Snowden Company are there to show it to you. You can look online, snowdenrealestate.com. You can go by and visit them there, their office there in North Hills. They'll be glad to show you around and take a look at it. Tell them what you're looking for. From a big home to a small home, they can do that. Maybe your choices in life have changed. Your family has decreased. Kids have moved out and you need something smaller now. They can find you that home. Or maybe you got more kids and you can shake a stick at and you got 2 bedrooms. They can get you taken care of from Dalewood to Enterprise, all around the areas, counties of Neshoba, Clark, even over in Brandon and Flowood, in these areas in the Jackson area. They've expanded. Talk to them. Let them show you around from the West Lauderdale area to the Clarkdale area. Wherever it is that you may be looking for, maybe you want to move to Quitman. They've got some great homes in and around the area. A lot of great folks that's chosen them. See them. This is Amanda. You'll find her on Poplar Springs Drive. Again, her team, that's them, 453-3937 to reach them, and they'll take care of the rest, all that old paperwork.
Yeah. Hey, did you know that a Mississippi boy won the Daytona 500 yesterday?
I did not.
Oh, I mean, that's big.
It is.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. from Olive Branch, Mississippi,
well, congratulations.
won Daytona 500.
That's big.
That's big. Yeah. Real big.
Woo. Congrats.
Mm-hmm. Hey, just real quick, I want to mention one more time. We'll mention it again in the morning, too. But 76 Pancake Jubilee, Downtown Optimus Club. It's going to be at the Temple Theater starting at 6:30 tomorrow morning until 7 p.m. Tickets are only $6 in advance, $7 at the door. It's a great cause. It goes to all the youth in the Meridian in the local area.
Right. You don't hear this often, but nationwide, Walmart is going, well, y'all aren't performing very well. We're doing some cutbacks. They're closing 6 Walmarts nationwide. As we will see that Albuquerque is going to lose one, Homewood, Illinois, Plainfield, Illinois, Lincolnwood, Illinois, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Florida, and then their home office place.
I was going to say there, but those must be underperforming old, because they build so many in a town, and then people choose or pick the better one or the nicer one. And
because we've got how many here?
We've got 2.5.
Oh, yeah.
Because the one is
a neighborhood
market, which I really like that little small one.
You run in right out there.
It's too far out of my way, but if I'm ever over in that area, I do swing in there just to see. You can't go somewhere without going to the Walmarts.
That's true.
See, if I go out of town, I got to go to the Walmart because everybody's got something different at the Walmart.
Nationwide, we had a horrible time in New Orleans over the weekend as Mardi Gras took place. And how many people were shot, Debbie? Wasn't it 5?
6. No, maybe 5, 6 people were shot. This is at the end of the parade, St. Charles. In that area at the very end, and this is their big parade, the big one they have. Okay, 5 people shot. I see it now.
Oh boy!
But one was dead. I don't know the condition of the others. That's awful.
And this happened in several different cities around America as we look at of things that went on over the weekend. Austin, Texas, one of the big things that didn't like police, and they had huge troubles this weekend with criminals taking over the streets and doing no-nuts and blocking the highway.
That was in Austin, and they took over like these what do you call them, where they do all the
donuts.
They do
drifting.
it in Nashville sometimes. Yeah, some trick stuff with cars, and it's very dangerous, and people get hurt.
We want to say thank y'all for coming by. We're going to be back in the morning with more local headlines that happen right here in our community and let you know what's going on around the nation.
That's right. Have a good day.
We certainly appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of this, and we'll be back. Hope your voice is better tomorrow, Deb.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: